Welcome back. The Hirschi Huskies, as we thought, have a chance in that last game of the year against Burkburnett to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I kind of felt like when they beat Gainesville that they were going to have a good chance as long as they could beat Burk at the end of the season. You know, they lost to Merrill Wells, and we kind of thought that was a bad loss, but then they bounced back and beat Gainesville that next week. And you got to think they're going to bounce back offensively. Burk hasn't really been stopping people. They've given up a ton of points, and you know, Cedric Battle was limited by Graham's defense, but
yeah, a lot of people have been.
Yeah. I just think this is a 300-yard game. I mean, I think
you think he goes out with a bang and doesn't want this to be his last game.
Yeah, and Hirschi's most likely in the playoffs anyways. With a win, they're almost basically in the playoffs. So, and those kids know that. Burk, I don't know. I haven't seen Burk this year. You know, they had some defensively. They're struggling. You know, they gave up 40-something to a Gainesville team who struggled. They gave up a lot of points last week to Merrill Wells. I think Burk can move the ball some on them and score. But I mean, you got to figure Burk's got to play like a perfect game on offense. No turnovers, convert all these. You know,
yeah, this might be a game to 30s.
Yeah,
or so.
Yeah, they're out of it. Burk can't make the playoffs regardless of what happens. So. We'll see. I'm going to go with the Hirschi win, and I think it might be, you know, a double-digit type win. We also have another game.
Yeah, you tried to build up like Graham Gainesville as the district championship game, but it ended up being Decatur emerging as that second team to kind of threaten them a little bit.
Decatur's solid. They're 7-2.
They'd went through a coaching change, and then they've kind of adapted.
They lost their, a couple of their big players. That quarterback left. You know, went to TCU.
Molstein, he was good.
They've done well. I just don't think they're in Graham's league. I think Graham's going to beat them by 20-plus points. Maybe I'm wrong, but you look at it, and I almost want to say Graham might be the best team in this region now. Stephenville, is struggling a little bit.
If they fix some of those turnover issues that they had in those back-to-back losses, I think Graham. As a state pollster, I've started voting them in the top 10 once again.
Wiley, they beat Wiley, and Wiley looks like they're going to win that neighboring district that's so tough.
Right. So if this was like a college power rating or whatever, Graham looks pretty good because they've dominated the teams they're supposed to dominate. Yeah. And then they just had a couple of narrow losses.
That big spring loss, they turned it over 5-6 times. You can't beat anybody hardly doing that. So we expect a Graham win and Graham district title this week.